support for a change? Who's voting for safe streets for a change? And who's voting to bring home our jobs so we can stand up with strength for a change? Now, before I get into... I love you too, my friend. I love all you. Thank you so much for being here. But before I begin my remarks today, I think we have to take a moment to acknowledge the horrendous attack that was carried out against our wonderful Filipino community in British Columbia very late last night. The number of deceased is still unknown, and all of us should take a moment today to say a wonderful prayer for all of those who've been lost and for the loved ones who have a big hole in their heart today. Thank you very much for your respect for them, and our hearts go out to all of them. And today is a day that we should unite. To unite for hope, for opportunity, for a brighter future for all our people. And the thing that has always united us in Canada is the promise the country makes each one of us. The promise is very simple. It's like a contract, a very simple deal. You work hard, you get a great life. You get a beautiful home that you can afford on a safe street, protected by brave troops under a proud flag, that anyone from anywhere can achieve anything. That was the promise the country made my wife Anna and I. We grew up here. We both started from very modest beginnings, but the country said to us, if you work hard, if you give it your all, you follow the rules, put your shoulder to the wheel, you can achieve anything. And my friends, the reason I'm running for Prime Minister is to restore that promise for every single Canadian for a change. C'est ça la promesse du Canada. We want change.
We want change. We want change. We want change. We want change.
We need change, my friends, because after a lost Liberal decade of rising costs and crime, we cannot afford a fourth Liberal term. We need change with a new Conservative government that will axe taxes, unleash home building, bring home affordable food and houses so that every single Canadian can have a beautiful life under our wonderful flag. That's the change we need to bring home. My friends, for so many of our fellow citizens, that promise today is broken. Every day I meet people who are just hanging on by a thread. The seniors who are choosing between eating and heating. The single mothers who go to bed with their fridge empty, their stomach empty, and their bank account empty, wondering how they will feed their kids when they wake up in the morning. The families who now in Toronto leave their keys at the front door so that if the car thieves come along, they can just take the car without doing any harm. So many people feel like they have lost control of their lives and that promise no longer exists. But we are here today with a message of hope that by voting for change, we can restore that promise, and that every single family in Pickering and right across the country can have a safe, affordable life, and that the sky will be the limit if they work hard. That's the change we're restoring, my friend. And a change requires action. Alicia, I have some bad news for you. I'm canceling your summer vacation. Okay? So, if you have a cottage, prepare to rent it out. If you have golf clubs, sell them on eBay. Because we need to take immediate action to bring change to our country. And that is why I have announced 100 days of change. Starting tomorrow, we will pass 3 laws: the Affordability for a Change Act, the Safe Streets for a Change Act, and the Bring Home Our Jobs for a Change Act, all before summer break. Change can't wait. Canadians need change immediately. And that's why they're requiring we get to work with all the parties in the House of Commons. The Affordability for a Change Act will be a very practical reversal of all of the costly policies that have priced you out of homes and foods over the last decade. We know that wild, uncontrolled liberal spending that Mr. Carney wishes to expand, has caused inflation. And so we will cut back, we will eliminate $55 billion of waste by cutting consultants, streamlining bureaucracy, and cutting back on foreign aid to bring down the deficit, the liberal deficit, by 70%. This will free up more money that we will use to reward hard work again. Right now, income tax and other taxes take more of your money than food, clothing, and shelter combined. We are overtaxed. We are taxed to the max. We want this to be a country where you keep what you earn, because we know $1 in the hands of the person who earned it will always be better spent than in the hands of the politician who's taxed it. Bella, good to see you. Bella Matthews, our candidate. What's your riding name again?
Don Valley East.
Don Valley East. Give it up to Bellin. Bellin, do you agree with our plan to cut income tax by 15% so hard work pays off for a change? You're on side. Taxes are smothering not only our work and our investment, but they're taxing our energy. The carbon tax, which is still the law of the land, by the way, even though they've hidden it from the pumps for the 28 days leading up to the election. We will axe the entire carbon tax for everyone, for everything, for real, for a change. And then there's housing. Our young people can't afford a place to live. It now takes 20 for our youth. We have any of our young people here today. Thank you so much. Our youth have so much hope from our campaign. They want to do everything. They've done everything right. Our young people have done it all right. They worked hard. They got an education. Now they have a job. All they do is work, this generation. And yet they feel like they're getting nowhere. They barely pay the rent. I met a guy in the Vancouver area yesterday. He's spending $5,000 a month on rent for a very modest home. We have right now the most expensive housing. We have the most expensive housing in the G7, even though we have by far the most land to build on. Look around. We have so many opportunities to build that land, but the biggest cost for a new home is government. Taxes, red tape, delays. Lawyers, accountants, consultants, lobbyists all have to get paid to drive through construction that takes about 7 or 8 years to even get permitted to get off the ground. 1/3 of every house you buy today is just taxes. More money from a new home goes to bureaucrats in offices than goes to the carpenters, electricians, and plumbers who actually build homes. And to add insult to injury, those tradesmen cannot afford to buy the houses that they build. My friends, we're going to change that. We will take leadership. Conservatives will axe the federal sales tax on new homes to save you $65,000 on a purchase for a change. We will incentivize municipalities to cut their development charges by up to $50,000 together. This will save up to $100,000 of taxes on a new home so that our young people and our seniors, for that matter, can afford a respectable, dignified place to live for a change. That's what we need. Build the homes. I love you too, my friend. You're right, I do have a beautiful family. And thank you. I'm very blessed to have this family. And we're doing this because we want every family to have a beautiful future here in Canada. And thank you.
Yeah, we should go.
Canada is a beautiful family. Yes, that's right. I'm getting a lot of help here with my speech.
The next one is in 1 hour. It's a 1 hour drive.
Ontario.
Doors open at 3:30. 1 hour.
Who wants change?
It's up to you. You're probably going to get
Beautiful or is inside or out?